Good morning and welcome to Mornings with Mike and Susie. How's everyone doing on this Tuesday morning?
I real quick hid my phone under here. I shared the video to my page, but I didn't want to be on my phone when we started, and then I almost dropped it. Oh my goodness. Good morning, guys. Welcome. It is Tuesday morning, January 26th, and guess what?
What?
One of our kids went to school today.
Woo!
Yes, legit.
One down.
That's right.
Two to go.
One down, two to go. Legit got on the school bus. I got to watch her drive away. And
all the parents are out there beaming smiles like, hallelujah, our kids are going to school.
And she was so excited and she was so nervous. And she lost her shoe this morning and looked around the house for like 10 minutes, and we finally abandoned the search, and she had to put different shoes on. But she is off to school. What about you guys? Are your kids in school? Are they home? If you are in the Whitesboro School District and you are in Cohort B, you are celebrating in elementary school.
Okay. Right.
Cohort A in elementary, or as New Yorkers say, elementary. Went to school yesterday. Adeline's still home. And Brooklyn's still home. But
hey,
we got one.
We got one. We got one. How was everyone's weekend? What did you guys do this past weekend? We hope that you were able to join us for church this past Sunday.
Yeah.
If not, you can go to YouTube and watch the message there. I would actually really encourage you to go if you missed this past weekend's message. It was Vision Weekend, and we're not going to get into too much because once we get down to the game part, that it has to do with the message.
Okay.
So we're not going to give it too much away, but yes, please go watch it. You'll really begin to understand really where we're going as a church for this next year. But what about Saturday, Friday? What did you guys do the weekend, Sunday afternoon?
Yeah.
Did you watch football? It was championship weekend, right? So now we got the Super Bowl for the first time in Super Bowl history. Okay. The host city for the Super Bowl, they just pick a random city.
I heard this.
Yeah, they pick not a randoms, but they pick a city, a different city every year for where the Super Bowl is, and usually it's in California, Arizona, Florida.
It is the place.
Usually, they once in a while will have it up north, but it's typically because the Super Bowl's in February. But for the first time in Super Bowl history, the host city's team is playing. It is in Tampa Bay this year.
That's cool.
And the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are playing in the Super Bowl against the Kansas City Chiefs.
We lived in Kansas City for a few years.
Yeah.
And my sister and her family are big Chiefs fans. So I think go
Chiefs, yes.
Go Chiefs! I have to get your approval before I say it. I want to make sure.
Yeah. The last thing we need is Tom Brady getting another Super Bowl ring. So.
See, I don't know how I feel about that, because if you deserve to win, then why you gotta hate on Tom Brady? I don't know.
He's won enough.
All right, well, maybe if you are a Chiefs fan, this will be their year.
Yeah. Although people in New York probably aren't really happy with the Chiefs right now because they beat the Buffalo Bills.
Right. And I am not a football fan, as you probably can tell. But I was kind of excited when I heard that it was between the Bills and the Chiefs. And I was kind of like keeping my eye just on the score online. And it was 9-0 for a minute.
For a minute.
And I was kind of excited. And then they lost their lead and I stopped paying attention. But
and that was it.
That was it. So who are you cheering for the Super Bowl? I think you're going to have a couple people over.
Yeah.
I'll cook for you guys.
Yeah.
And that's my joy of the Super Bowl, is eating good food.
I think that's most people's joy.
Probably. So you know what I did see is a lot of major corporations are not running ads during the Super Bowl this year.
Really?
I saw Coca-Cola is not, Pepsi is not, and I think Budweiser I saw is not.
Really?
And they are going to be, at least I think it might have been Budweiser said they're going to be using that money to spread awareness about the vaccination. Kind of interesting.
Oh, I thought it was just because the ratings are so low that they're going to save their money. So football hasn't had the greatest ratings this past year, so I honestly haven't watched much of it, but I'll watch the Super Bowl. So, but what about you? What else did you do this weekend? We had a big weekend.
Yeah, so sorry, I'm just getting on the post because I love to see your guys' comments. Part of the morning show is that we're live.
Yeah.
So anything that you're commenting, we can kind of interact and feel like we're hanging out with you guys today. That's what we really love about it. If it was just us talking to the camera, it wouldn't be that much fun. So good morning, Connie. Hi, PM. Hi, Christy. Who are you guys cheering for in the Super Bowl? We did have a fun weekend. It was Adeline's birthday weekend, but also my hair did not grow overnight.
It didn't?
No, I do not have a secret vitamin, although I wish I did. But I got hair extensions, and I just figured, you know, if you're gonna get hair extensions, you might as well go big.
All right, go big or go home.
Right? I wasn't quite planning on them being this long. But here we are.
Here we are.
So if you girls, have you ever had any hair extensions? If you have, give me your tips, because I guess it's all about how you take care of it and how long they're going to last. So we'll see how it goes. But Adeline turned 14.
Whew.
And I shared a little bit with that on the pink seat, so I won't go into all the details about it, but we had fun, and you hung out with us. Originally, I was just going to take the girls for a birthday celebration to go to Destiny Mall in Syracuse, and then you said you wanted to come with us.
Yeah.
So we got a babysitter for our youngest daughter, and it was fun. We had a good time. What was your favorite part?
I don't know, actually. Honestly, I think just being at the mall, watching them, you know, Addie got some money for her birthday, so she's able to, you know, do some shopping, and she is a saver. She's like, you know, she got a good, you know, a nice amount of money for her birthday, grandparents, and all the likes.
She didn't want a lot of stuff, so we gave her a little bit of money. Grandparents gave her some money. And I thought she was just going to have fun shopping, but she was like,
no.
This is too expensive. And they had this backpack she liked. It was $70. And she's like, I think if I got it in a different store, it would be cheaper. So I'm not going to buy it here. And then her and her friend bought matching, like a bag tag. Like it's on a keychain, but you can hook it to your backpack. And it's Beauty and the Beast. It's super cute, and they both showed it to me. They were really excited. But then later that night, she left the tag for it on the counter, and I saw that they were on clearance for $5. And I thought, I bet you if this was full price that she would not have bought it. But she's learned from experience that it's really fun to spend your money, but it's no fun that after it's spent, it's gone, you know? So I think she just
a good lesson.
Yeah, it totally is. She likes kind of the promise and possibility of what it means to have some money.
Spent a couple hours at the mall. She didn't spend very much, but she had a blast. And she even said, she's like, I like knowing that I can spend it, but not. And so that's good.
Connie wants to know if you bought any more shoes. Connie, I actually tried to get him to go into, is it Aldo or Aldo? I think it's Aldo.
Aldo, yeah.
Shoe store. Because typically you really like that shoe store.
Yes.
And they had big signs for sales, but you wouldn't even go in.
Well, yeah. I got a couple pair over the, you know, kind of between November, December when there's a lot of sales. So I had just gotten a couple pairs of shoes. And so I'm like, you know what? I just need to relax a little bit and
back off.
Save some money.
You did mall walk a little bit while the girls were shopping.
Yes, walked through the mall Sunday. Got my steps in. For those of you watching maybe for the first time or haven't heard me talk about it, I have a goal to walk 10,000 steps 6 days a week. and usually I just take Sunday off because I just like to come home and rest after church on Sunday. But yesterday was my first failure. My first day that I did not hit 10,000 steps. I only got to like 6,000, and I was just worn out. And I'm like, you know what? it's cold. I don't feel like going to the gym and can only walk around our house so many times. I'm like, if it was like maybe 2,000 to go, like if I got to 8, then maybe I would have done it. But I'm like, another 4,000. I'm like, I'm done. I
feel like we might need to get a treadmill. I don't know. I don't want to get one. I don't want to spend the money. And then you always hear people get treadmills and they just sit and you hang your clothes on them. But I think if it was priced right, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's hard to walk outside because we're getting a winter.
Yeah,
We
it's
haven't
been pretty
had
cold
winter.
the last few days. So.
And now we're supposed to get snow today. So, and I also think you didn't get your steps in yesterday because you didn't take Sunday off. And so you were
that's
tired
true.
And felt like you needed a rest day.
Yeah.
But anyway, the answer, Connie, is no. He did not get more shoes, believe it or not. But yeah, we had fun. But I will tell you guys, that mall, so many stores are closing even there. Stores are closing in our mall. Somebody was sharing with me last night that they were walking the mall and they counted it's called Singertown, right?
Yeah.
17 vacant
Oh my
stores.
goodness.
And H&M is now closing there. So I don't know what's going to happen. Brandy said she's thinking about a treadmill. Maybe we should get one. We could go in together for a treadmill and put it at the church. And then we can walk and work. They have standing desks.
I've looked at
we
those.
could get a treadmill desk.
Yeah, it's like a thing that you can put on your desk.
Yeah, to
make it raise up so you stand up and. But anyways, so that
we're not very focused today, which is kind of ironic, but.
And so yeah, let us know in the comments and the chat. What did you do this past weekend? Did you venture outside? I know I saw a lot of pictures on Facebook and social media. People outside sledding, skiing, doing different things.
But it was freezing.
It was cold. So. Good for you.
Also, speaking of freezing, so all winter, my office here at the church has been cold. So I have a space heater. I come in the morning, I turn it on, and usually I don't have to have it just running the whole day. It will warm up enough, and then it kind of like comes on and off. And except for this weekend, because it's gotten so cold outside. My office is like, I wish I had a thermometer that I could see.
It's pretty cold.
I mean, it's probably like 50 degrees in there. I mean, you open the door and it cools off the hallway from the cold air pouring out. So the space heater is on right now, and the heating company is supposed to be coming.
I think
it's come yesterday.
Yeah.
It's so cold. And I do want to share something with you guys. I know it's not the my favorite things section yet, but this has literally changed my life. An electric blanket.
Oh.
If you get cold in your house, you have to get an electric blanket. I'm telling you, you like to keep the house so cold, and it's gotten to the point that I've complained so much that you finally said, listen, we can turn the heat up because I don't want to hear you complain anymore. Usually it's not bad if you're like up and moving around.
Yeah.
But it is like, what's the temperature set? Well, first of all, those of you that are with us, what is the temperature set in your house? And do you have a different temperature for daytime versus nighttime? So let's talk about our bedroom. What is the temperature set when we're home because I know during the day it gets colder.
No. Well, when we're there, like when we're home, the temperature is set to 67.
67. That's on the cool side, right? Right? You guys let me know.
Then at night, everything goes down to 63. So
63.
But you have to understand that it's not like I'm shivering and I'm freezing. Like I'm not cold. Like that's
you're not cold.
Normal for me.
No. So this is what I've.
But you sleep better when you're cold. That's a proven fact.
All right.
So I just want to help you.
Doreen says, okay, I'm feeling like maybe you're normal, honey, because a lot of comments are saying Pam says 68 during the day and 62 at night. Doreen says 68 during the day and 60. Doreen, 60 when you're sleeping? You guys are not helping me here. I was hoping for some warmer answers, but here's what we've started doing. I have just a little mini, like throw size electric blanket on my side of the bed, and we turn it on before I come to bed, and I am telling you, it has changed my life. Going to bed with that electric blanket, the first few nights I did it, I was so excited about it, I had a hard time falling asleep. Which was kind of the opposite of what.
But it's nice that you can turn it on early, and it warms your side of the bed up. And
yes, and every night I think about when I was a student in master's commission, and I lived with an incredible family. Their last name is the Buzakeviches. I lived with them, so if you guys are watching, I don't think they are, but my room was in the basement, and their basement was cold, and every night they would turn on this electric blanket on the bed for me, so I could come to bed for a warm bed. And it makes me think about them, because this has been a new thing we've just started.
Yeah.
But legit, the first few nights I was so happy to get into a warm bed. I couldn't stop wiggling around, and I couldn't fall asleep for a while. But I'm over that now, and now it just feels so good. A few other people are saying in the 60s.
Yeah.
65 at night. Tiffany's with me. Tiffany likes her house a little warmer. 71, 72. You are saving money, I will say.
Yeah. Well, that's not why I'm doing it. I mean, it's a little bit, but not. I can't. I hate being hot. It's like.
I know.
Ugh.
Yesterday we were driving in your truck together.
It's like a sauna.
It was not a sauna. The heat was on low.
I could barely breathe.
You opened your window.
I could barely breathe.
I think you need to just start wearing t-shirts and shorts, and then we'll be the same comfort level.
There we go. All right, we're going to move into our marriage minute, and we are going to be reading a scripture found in 2 Corinthians chapter 4, verse 18, and it says this. So we fix our eyes not on what is seen, but on what is unseen, since what is seen is temporary, but what is unseen is eternal.
Yeah.
And you might be thinking, how exactly does this relate to marriage or relationships? Well, here's the thing. Whenever we fix our eyes on the eternal, we are always better people.
Right.
We always, because when you're fixing your eyes on things that are not seen, the eternal things, you live a little bit differently.
That's so true. It really changes your, is perspective the right word?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it changes your perspective when I'm, focusing on the eternal things, on the things of God, the things that are going to last. And when I am focusing on those things and looking to those things, and that's my, priority and perspective, then it naturally changes who I am. It naturally changes how I interact and my decisions and who I am as a person. And therefore, it's going to help your marriage when you are the best version of yourself. And I believe that if you're going to be the best version of yourself, which is the best way to have a strong marriage, then that is when we are fixing our eyes on eternal things. Yeah,
so true. And it's really difficult, I think, for us to remember to do that, because we get so caught up in the details of life. We get so caught up in the here and the now, and especially I see a lot of people that are hanging out with us have kids that are school-aged children, and so that's so consuming, and work can be consuming, and we are focused on all of these tiny little details of things like this has to be done today, this doctor's appointment, this meeting, this, that we forget to take a step back to look at our lives and to remember what it's all about, who we are and why we're here. And that's really to serve Jesus and to become more like him. And so it's true, when we are living our lives with that kind of perspective, with that kind of viewpoint, it really does impact the kind of people we become, right?
Yeah, because I mean, you think about, something simple like, okay, I'm going to fix my eyes on the eternal things, and therefore, what is eternal? Things that are going to last. It's going to be people. It's going to be the way I live my life. And I believe when we fix our eyes on the eternal, one of those things is, okay, I want to serve. And so you just naturally are going to, change who you are, and you're naturally going to make different decisions. And, all of a sudden, serving my spouse and doing things for them, instead of coming home and, being upset that the dishwasher wasn't done, or that dinner isn't ready, or the laundry's not done, and all these temporary things that, we tend to argue about as married couples, right? Kind of go down on the list of importance when we're fixing our eyes on God and we are worried about the eternal, and I believe it changes us. And here's the thing, the fastest way to a better marriage is to change yourself.
That's true. Yeah.
Because you are going to only frustrate yourself and your spouse if you're just worried and trying to fix the other person. If that is your goal,
I think you're going to frustrate yourself more than your spouse. You're going to be more discouraged and more frustrated because you're going to be focusing on something that you cannot change.
Yeah.
Right? Which of course is going to lead you to disappointment.
Right. So work on yourself, fix yourself, and I believe one of the best ways we can fix ourselves and work on ourselves is take our eyes off of these temporary things and fix them on the eternal.
Yeah.
And everything flows from that, and we just live our lives differently, and I believe we live our lives better. And the best version I know of myself is when I have my eyes fixed on the eternal.
And I think if we can have blurred vision when it comes to some things, so when we are looking at our spouse, if we can not focus on their weaknesses and kind of overlook some of those things that might irritate us or kind of get under our skin. And our tendency as people is to laser focus in on those things that are annoying us. It's kind of like if you're in a room and somebody's crunching something really loudly and it's like that's all you can hear, you hate that. That's one of your pet peeves is if we're working and you're in my office and I'm eating something and it's crunchy, you're like, I can't do this. Like you either need to stop eating or I'll come back, or you can come back when you're done. But I will say you are very, very good at not focusing and like having blurred vision when it comes to seeing my weaknesses. You are much better at it than I am, don't you think?
I don't know.
Because you're just good at it. I will tell you, if you saw the state of our bathroom right now, you would understand how great my husband is at not seeing all of the problems. And it was so funny because our bathroom is a disaster. It looks like
a bomb went off.
It looks like the laundry. You talk about a treadmill having clothes. Our bathtub has now become like a shelf for the clothes that are not clean but they're not dirty. Do you guys have a spot like that in your room? Maybe you have a chair or a treadmill or some place that your clothes end up that they're not dirty enough to wash, but they're not clean enough to put back away.
Well, they have to be one or the other.
That I can't decide. That's the problem. It's my indecision that's probably the issue there. And I can't decide what to do with them, so they end up in that spot. And our bathroom sink is like covered with hair products and things that just never get put away. But no kidding, yesterday I went into our closet and there was a random towel on my shoe rack. And I was like, why is this towel here? I'm like, this is on my shoe rack. Why? Clearly there's a place for the towels to hang after they've been used. So why is this towel? And I caught myself right away, and I was like, yeah, I probably should not be bringing this up right now, considering every other place of this bathroom is covered with my things that have not been put away. So anyway, you are good at overseeing my weaknesses. Connie says she has an ab lounger for clothes.
Yeah.
So another workout machine.
Yeah.
So at least I'm not alone. I
Right?
know I
And
can't
it's
be
good.
the only one.
And it's good to, overlook and not be so petty when it comes to,
Right.
your spouse and your relationships, and to, just have some grace and know that, chances are that person is not, leaving those things out, not doing the laundry, not doing the dishwasher, and not doing those things to purposefully irritate you. Although sometimes that's what you feel, because I've had that thought: is she purposefully not doing this just to drive me crazy? And then all of a sudden, of course not. No, she's not doing it. Just life happens. It gets busy, and we need to be willing to overlook those things. And if you are going to bring it up, probably don't bring it up when you are upset about it,
Right.
because there's a time and place to bring those
Right.
things up in a relationship and
That's
in a
true.
marriage,
That's a good
and you need to know when to. But for the most part, man, you will save yourself a lot of strife and a lot of arguments when you take your eyes off of the things of this world and keep them fixed on Jesus, fixed on the eternal, and you will have a better marriage for it.
Yeah. So our trivia game today is a question that was based on Vision Weekend, which happened over the weekend. So if you don't call Mohawk Valley Church your home church, you're going to be at a little bit of a disadvantage for this. But
Right.
So advantage goes to people that are watching.
Watched this
or
past
here.
weekend.
So the trivia game question, and
I'll put
if
that
you
in the
know
comments.
the answer to this question, I think this is going to be an easy one. So get ready. You're going to text your answer to 315-506-4506. And if you get text messages from Mike or myself from the church, that's the same phone number. So you'll want to text in your answer, and the first answer will we'll text to you a $5 gift card to Dunkin' Donuts, which you need, because did you know Dunkin' Donuts raised the prices of their coffee because minimum wage went up in New York yet again.
So we get to pay for it.
We won't get into that right now. But coffee, if you wondered, does the coffee seem more expensive? Yes, it does. All right, so the question is,
Go ahead.
what is our word for the year? So this is for our church. Every year, we pick a word that we are going to zoom in on, that we're going to concentrate on and kind of make our theme for the year.
Yeah.
So last year was Waymaker. The year before that was Breakthrough. And our very first year was Extraordinary. And so this year, what is our word for the year? If you know that answer, you can text it in. And I think some people are really resonating with our conversation about having
Which
grace
one?
for each other.
Oh, yeah.
And having a place to put your clothes. So some people are saying their ironing board, the end of your bed, the in-between. Christy says, it's my in-between clean. I like that. This is my in-between clean
Right.
pile.
All right.
I could maybe wear it around the house, but I'm not quite ready to wash it. All right. I'm going to check out our answers here. So our favorite things, once again, the responsibility was left on me for my favorite things.
Yes, it is every week.
Because we don't want to see any more tools. Let's be honest. We don't want any more power tools brought in as your favorite thing for the day or for the week.
Sorry, guys. I'll come up with one. Should I do it next week?
You will.
All right. I'll do next week. Okay, guys?
It cannot be a power tool.
Okay.
All
No
right.
power tools.
No power tools.
But, guys, you will like it.
Okay. So our winner for the trivia game is Christy. She texted
Nice.
in first, but several people did get it correct, and the answer is focus. So that's our word for the year. But it kind of also brings me to my favorite thing. So over the weekend, we passed out these keychains that say Focus 2021. And we will extend the same offer we did to our online campus, that if you were not in service to pick up one of these and you would like one,
Yeah.
message us with your address and we will get one in the mail to you this week for free, no cost to you, just as a gift and as a reminder that we are going to stay focused. Even our scripture for this word of the year is in Colossians chapter 3:2, and it says to fix your mind on things above. So really goes along with that scripture you were sharing today, not on earthly things. So but that actually, I do really love this, but it leads me into my favorite thing, which is this arm. It's like a bracelet, but it is a keychain. Do you guys have these? They're super cheap on Amazon. They're like probably $6, $8. You could get one. And they have all different prints and colors. This one's leopard print. Obviously, I don't know why I felt like I needed to say that. But here's what I love about it. First of all, it's really big and easy to find when you throw it in your big bag and you can't find anything. It's easy to find these. But the other thing is when your hands are full, which let's be honest, especially women, our hands are always full. Actually, here's a great example. Yesterday, we had an appointment with Brooklyn. And so we went to the appointment, we came home, and we got out of the truck together, and you got Brooklyn, which, let's be honest, takes one hand. All you have to do is hold her hand, and truthfully, I mean, I guess you kind of have to help her out of the truck.
Right.
You got Brooklyn, which I was glad you got her, but you left me with every other thing that we had to get. I had my purse, I had a coffee cup, I had
don't even know what else
Brooklyn's
there
back.
was to
I
get.
had like a whole armful full of things, and you were just like, I got Brooklyn. And I was like,
This should be enough. I got the child. Come on.
And so my hands are always full. And so what's great about this is you just throw it on your arm, and then you have your keys with you.
Nice.
So when your hands are full, you can just so in our office now, we have these little fobs. You can't even get into the office, but I can literally just take this, put it up. I don't even need a free hand.
And it's a bracelet.
And I mean, you wouldn't actually wear it as a bracelet, but that is the appeal. You can just throw it on. So I think if you just search bracelet keychain, you will find these all over to buy. Does anybody else have one? And if so, do you love it as much as I do?
Oh, Brandy said just got mine in yesterday.
See, they're so awesome. I actually was thinking these would be good gift members for all of our female staff because we always have our work keys hanging around with us. My favorite thing.
So there was a cool story that I heard actually on the radio on the way into the church this morning, and then I saw it on the local news app.
I saw this morning too.
Did you? And so it was pretty cool. If you're local here in central New York in the Mohawk Valley, there's a news story where yesterday in New York Mills there was a car accident, and a car got after the accident, because of the accident, got on fire, and 3 people helped pull a lady out of this burning vehicle.
Like
which is crazy. Yeah, it happened, I think, somewhere around, between 3:30 and 4 o'clock yesterday afternoon in New York Mills, and they pulled this lady out of a burning car. And when the police chief got there and the fire department and everything, the police chief actually said, like, you probably saved her life. Like, how cool is that? That passerby
awesome.
and I think one of them was a police officer and like pulled this lady out of a burning vehicle. Like, that's
man, I wish I was there.
That's cool.
I know.
Awesome.
You would have done that.
Yeah.
You didn't pull anybody from a burning vehicle, but you did protect our children from a drunk man at the mall.
Oh, yes.
When we were at the mall
I forgot about that.
Yeah, if you're just jumping on, Addie's birthday weekend was on Sunday. Well, her birthday was on Sunday, so we took the kids to Destiny, and they were riding the ride-on animals that are near the canyon area.
Yeah, where all the restaurants are.
Yeah, they've never done it before, and of course it looks so fun, and you can be even an adult and ride them, so there's not a lot of like kid things you can do when you're 14, so we thought it'd be fun for her and her friends to ride those animals. And as they were riding, this man kind of appeared out of nowhere. Do you want to tell the story?
Yeah, I mean, I kind of caught we were watching them, but because they're riding it in the mall, so it's not like it's a separate track or it's, people are walking by, and so, you're kind of watching them, and then all of a sudden I saw this guy pick his phone up right near, one of the girls as they were driving by, and I didn't think anything of it, but then I kind of saw him stumble. And so then I caught my attention, and he was kind of stumbling around, and he threw his phone up 20 feet in the air and just let it fall on the ceramic tile. And I'm thinking, all right. And then my
very vocal.
Yeah, it's very vocal, and my middle child Ivy was about kind of going away from him about 10 feet away, and he started walking towards her and yelling at her. And so immediately I walked out and I let Ivy pass me, and I just kind of stood there.
You were just like a wall. You just stood no one is getting past me to any of these children.
Yeah.
Because we had our 2 kids and 2 other kids, and you just...
I mean, he wasn't being violent. He wasn't but I just wanted to let him know, dude, you're not going past me, so you can do whatever you want to do over there, but you can stay.
You didn't say anything to me. I just saw you walk over, and you just stood no one. You're not getting past me. You're not getting to these kids, and. It was
really good too, because the actual mall security was there.
Yeah.
I only had to stand there for 10 seconds.
They were amazing.
And then the police were there, and boom, he was gone.
Within seconds, there were 3 combination of security and police officers, and literally within, I think it was a minute, he was whisked away. There was no scene. There was no, I don't know what they said to him to get him to go with them. They had a little side office right there they took him to. It was pretty.
They did a great job.
They did do a great job. Yeah. Anyway.
So,
it wasn't a burning car, but you were our hero.
So something really cool that we're going to be doing with our online campus that we're going to let you know about first here on Mornings with Mike and Susie is, as you know, we stream to Facebook and YouTube our online campus. And so what we're going to be doing is we want to make it a better experience for you. So we have purchased the domain mvchurch.live.
Yay!
And now we're going to have our own web page that is going to be streaming our service, our online campus, to this page.
Yeah.
And so it does a couple things. One, the quality is going to be better. And number 2, you don't have to have social media.
Right.
And I've also seen on Facebook and different places scrolling, people having a hard time finding the service. The online service. And
sometimes it's glitchy. We're kind of at the mercy of these apps that we're using to get the service out there.
Yeah. Now YouTube is stronger and a better quality because it was made for video. Facebook, it wasn't made to handle the kind of video that we're sending to them. And let's be honest, Facebook is a very distracting app, right, to be on. And we want people to really be engaged in the service. We're going to continue to stream the services to Facebook and YouTube, but we're really going to start redirecting everyone to this, the website, mvchurch.live. And there's a chat box there, a place to put your email in, and so it's just going to be a better viewing experience, and then it's going to be so much more customizable of what we'll be able to do for our online campus. So we are super excited. Going to be launching this Sunday. So if you go there now, it's going to say error. We're kind of waiting till everything is done and ready and before we go ahead and connect it. So if you go there right now, don't be like, that's not working. It'll be working on Sunday morning.
So it'll be mvchurch.live.
Yeah.
And not to mention, maybe you deliberately didn't mention this, but I'm going to, that a lot of these social media platforms, there is no question that they are censoring content.
Yeah.
And they are making their own decisions about whether or not certain content will be censored or will be allowed to play. And so we are going with our own domain so that we are not subject to anyone else's opinion. We can be bold and confident that the word of God is going to go out consistently. Yeah. And that is the most important thing. So we're excited about that.
I just saw the other day, I think it was yesterday, a missionary had some of his content taken off or taken down. And all they have to do is says it goes against our community standards.
And we shouldn't be surprised by that when it happens, because it's happening every single day, multiple times. And
so we want to be ready.
We want to be ready.
Probably when that happens to churches, we're just going to keep on moving forward. So we're gonna, like I said, we're going to continue to stream the services for now to the social media platforms, but we really want to redirect everyone to this. It is just going to be a lot better experience for everyone. So man, we're excited. We're starting a new series this weekend called Unstoppable. And man, there's just something about when the people of God come together, united under one vision, one mission, man, we are unstoppable. And we're going to be talking about what that looks like and how do we become unstoppable as believers and then us as the church. So
it's going to be awesome.
Thanks so much for joining us here, Mornings with Mike and Susie. We're glad that you tuned in, and we will see you this weekend at Mohawk Valley Church in person or online. Have a great week.